It looks like here in the United States, we're going to be heading towards a government shutdown because the budget has not been approved. And I think that is a story worth discussing. I think there's important information that we should all be aware of. And of course, I think there are psychological and psychotherapeutic impacts. And I think there are psychological and psychotherapeutic lessons here to be learned. My name's Elliott Connie. I'm a licensed psychotherapist. And here in the Therapist React series, I cover popular news stories and things going on in pop culture and highlight the psychological aspects of those stories. And this is one of them. This is a big story that is happening right now where the United States government is likely heading towards a shutdown. Now, at the 11th hour, these things sometimes have a way of pulling through, but as of now, it looks like it's likely going to be heading towards a shutdown. And I want you to see what this actually means.
Why should we care about the government shutdown?
Well, first of all, we are going to see hundreds of thousands of government workers bear the brunt of this. And I find this to be sort of the most objectionable part. So they'll either get furloughed or they'll be forced to come into work and not get paid.
What?
So that could be, up to 1 million people. Then on top of that, active duty military will not get paid. So the people protecting us will not get paid. And on a more sort of a minor basis, but if you're a traveler, you're going to a national monument or a museum, some of the facilities could be closed, the monuments could be closed.
Okay.
It could get tough going through an airport. We might see personnel changes. People who don't get paid to come into work sometimes don't come into work, even if they're asked to. So getting through an airport could be hard, getting a passport could be hard. All of these things actually have real impact. But again, to put this very clearly, everyone will get repaid their wages, but it is a period that puts immense pressure on people who are doing the work for us.
Oh, this ripple effect could affect all of us.
There you have it, and that's the impact that will go on. And these things affect me personally. I have actually a lot of family members that work for the government, and over the years, this has happened periodically, and it's impacted their stress, impacted their families, impacted them financially. As you heard in that story, the reporter or the journalist, the person being interviewed, said that you eventually do get compensated, but how many people can go weeks without a paycheck, even if you know you're gonna get it back at the end? Like, it's still a very stressful thing. So here's what I want to say, and what I want to talk about here is actually appreciation. One of the strongest components to having quality and good mental health is having high levels of appreciation. And here I want to talk about appreciation in two ways. The first way, I want to talk about appreciation in terms of appreciating the people that do the work that allow us to live life smoothly here in America. Like the people who work in these federal programs and allow us to live our daily lives the way that we want to live them. And appreciation really just means like just thinking about people. I remember getting my passport. I got invited to give a lecture in England. I did not have a passport. This was all back in 2010. I did not have a passport, and I accepted the invitation. I ran to the post office and filled out all the paperwork and did all the things and got my passport in a few weeks. I never once thought about the people that had to make that happen. And every now and then those people have to work without being paid. As you just heard, and as I know personally, because people in my family work for the government, just because the government shut down, it doesn't mean you don't have to go to work. You still have to go to work, you're just not being going to be compensated. So we need to take time to appreciate the people that put themselves in those situations just to allow us to live our lives. Had I not gotten that passport, I wouldn't have been able to go to Bath, UK, to a conference in 2010, deliver a lecture, and then from that point, I was an international speaker, and I went on to travel all over the world delivering lectures. So that's number one. Number two, and this is kind of a sensitive thing, but it's really, really important. As much as money is important, and it allows us to pay our bills and live stress-free and not worry about things. It's never the thing that matters most. As a psychotherapist, I've worked with people towards the end of life, people who have experienced a terminal illness and people who have not much time left in their life. And it's always a difficult experience to be in that space and work with those clients. They always talk about relationships with friends and family and romantic partners. They always talk about memories they created. I have never once heard a single person in that situation say they wish they made more money or they wish they had spent more hours at work. I've never heard it. And what it speaks to me is I think sometimes we put too much pressure on how much we make and not enough awareness of our own resilience. Like for my family members who work for the federal government, this is a less than ideal scenario and nobody could really paint it in any other way. But you should be really aware of your own resilience, which is, I know I can make it through. Will it be easy? No. Will it be fun? No. But can I work with the knowledge that I'm aware I will come out on the other side whole and intact? And the answer is yes. And I think when we focus on the scary things, like the shutdown is likely, then we get really nervous and really angst. But when we focus on the things that build our confidence, like our resilience and our knowledge and our self-awareness that I can get through this difficult thing, that's really what mental health is all about. It doesn't matter whether it's a government shutdown, a pandemic, or anything else. Like there's gonna be obstacles. There are going to be difficult things that pop up in our daily lives that we can't control or avoid. So rather than having the focus on the obstacle, focus on your own strength and your own resilience and your knowledge that you can overcome difficult things, because historically, that's exactly what you've done. You've been very good at overcoming obstacles, and when you remember that, it makes it easier for you to overcome the next obstacle. And I think that's the most important lesson here, is this government shutdown is just the current obstacle. There'll be another one tomorrow and another one the day after that, another one next week, next month. It's just the way life is. But you are so strong and so amazing and so good at overcoming obstacles. The one thing you're usually not good at is being aware of that. So we'll get through this. We'll get through it in the way we always get through things. But I want you to have the awareness that you can do that. You know, this will pass. One of my favorite quotes is, "This too shall pass," and this too shall pass. But you are built to go through hard things. This may be a hard thing, but you can get through it. So that's the lesson here. I promise you, if you develop those skills, your mental health will improve, and that's what I want you to do. That's what the Therapist React series is all about, where every single day, Monday through Friday, we cover a news story or something going on in pop culture to highlight those lessons for you. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment below. I'd love to hear what you thought of this video and this story. Also hit the subscribe button. Your support means the world to me. This can't exist without your support, and I really, really value that. And also hit the notification bell so you get notified each and every time we post a video, which again is every single day, Monday through Friday. Thank y'all for being here. Love you so much. Can't wait to see you in the next video.